Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about the application of electromagnetic induction, that is electric generator. Before we could start for the electric generator, we will be discussing with direct current and alternating current. And we know that electric current is a flow of electrons through a conductor, say a metal wire, which we have studied in the chapter 1. If the electron always flows in the same direction through a conductor, they produces an electric current which always flows in the same direction. This is called a direct current. If however the electron flows forward and backward in a conductor, they produces an electric current which changes its direction of flow rapidly. We call it as an alternating current. Now let us study the direct current and alternating current in detail, and this you have to note it down in your notebook about the advantages of AC over DC. So please write it down these points in your running notebooks. Advantages of AC over DC. Number 1, alternating current can be transmitted over long distance with negligible loss of energy. Since the power wastage in transmission is almost negligible, the cost of transmission is low. Second point, AC at any desired voltage can be obtained using transformers. Number 3, the magnitude of AC can be reduced using a choke coil without involving loss of energy. Fourth point, when required, AC can be changed into DC. So these were the advantages of AC over DC, which you have to write it down in your running notebooks. Then disadvantages of AC over DC. Disadvantages: number 1, it is dangerous to work with AC at high voltage. If the insulation is fault, one can get a severe shock. The shock of AC is attractive whereas that of DC is repulsive, and AC shock attracts the person towards it, whereas a DC shock pushes the person away. Number 3, the AC is transmitted more from the surface of a conductor than from inside. Therefore, several fine insulation wires are required for transmission of AC. AC cannot be used for electroplating, electrotyping, and other such electrolytic process, etc. In such cases, we should have DC has to be used, because when we are going for electroplating, at the time we will be attaching the electrode to the negative terminal and we are allowing the current to pass from positive terminal to negative terminal. As in DC, current flows only in one direction, then only the plating can be happen on the negative terminal. In direct current, it as it is moving forward and backward, then there will be no electroplating will happen. So for that reason, we should require to have an electroplating will be always done using DC current. So this is all about the direct current and electric current. Now we will proceeding to the electric generator. Introduction, principle, construction, working, types of electric generators and uses. So what is an electric generator? An electrical generator was first invented by Hungarian inventor and engineer Anois Jetlik, sometimes Jetlik between 1827 and 1830. An electric generator is a device which converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. So what is electric generator? Electric generator is nothing but it will be converting a mechanical energy into electrical energy. So electric generator is also called as a dynamo. An electrical machine that produces electricity by converting mechanical energy into electrical energy for use in home and industries is known as AC generators. This is also known as dynamo. The principle of working of an electric generator is it works on the principle of electromagnetic induction. That is, when a coil rotates in a uniform magnetic field, then a current is induced in it. In other words, mechanical energy is used to rotate a conductor in a magnetic field to produce electricity. So it is based upon the principle of electromagnetic induction. Now construction of electric generator. In a construction of electric generator, we will be having four parts will be there in a construction of electric generator, as we have discussed in electric motor. In electric motor we had fifth one was battery. Here we will not be using any battery, so we will be having only 4 points. The first one is about the same as armature coil. Armature coil consists of a large number of turns of insulated copper wire wound over a soft iron core, which will be rotating through an axle. Then we have field magnet. A strong horseshoe magnet is used as a field magnet. The armature is placed between the two poles of this permanent magnet. Then we have slip rings. Instead of split rings, we will be having now slip rings. The slip rings, the two free ends of an armature coil are connected to the two brass slip rings. These rings rotate along with the armature coil. The inner side of these rings are made insulated. Then we have brushes. The current generated in the coil is taken out through our carbon brushes, pressing lightly against the slip rings. The brushes remain fixed and do not rotate along with the armature coil. The outer end of the brushes are connected to a galvanometer to show the current in the given external circuit. Then as you can see in this figure, we are using a Fleming's right hand rule. We can able to find out the induced current, because we know the motion of the conductor, we know the magnetic field, and we can find out the induced current using the Fleming's right hand rule. As you can see in the figure, here we will be having two slip rings will be there. In the electric motor we had split ring. One ring was split into two halves, but here we will be having two different rings will be there, and this will be attached to the armature coil. End of the armature coil, one ring will be attached, and in the axle these rings will be moving it with the armature coil. The brushes are just slightly touching to the rings, and just the moment the current is produced in the armature coil, they will be transferring it into the galvanometer. As you can see here also, this movement of slip rings is been shown for us. The two magnets are there, permanent magnets. A rectangular coil is there, armature coil, and then we are rotating it in a clockwise anti-clockwise direction, and the current will be produced. These are the two slip rings which you can see. A carbon brushes are being attached to it. Then you can see this is a axle. Through this axle we will be having mounting two slip rings will be there. These are the black color carbon brushes are there, and a alternating current forward and backward direction. The current will be produced, and the current so produced is called as the graph which we will be getting through this current is called as a sinusoidal graph, which will be forming up and down in the graph formation. Then the electric motor is used to produce mechanical energy. The AC generator in motor, electrical energy is used to rotate the coil and provide mechanical energy. In generators, mechanical energy is used to rotate the coil and produce electrical energy. Power station use generators to supply the needed electrical energy for us. A generator can be described as electromagnetic device which converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. These points you can able to use for differentiation between the AC generator and electric motor. Then how will we get, which I have told about the sinusoidal graph. You can see here the sinusoidal graph, which will be having up it will be in positive form, and down when it will be coming it will be in the negative form. When the coil is horizontal, the rate at which the coil cuts the magnetic field line of force is greatest, the induced EMF is maximum. So as you can see here, till up the end of this one we can able to have the graph. When the coil is vertical, the rate of which the coil cuts the magnetic field of force is least, and the induced EMF is minimum. So when you can able to see it as 0, and again it will be in the reverse direction, it will be moving it, again it will come to maximum, again it will be minimum. So up and down, this will be how the voltage output will be there in the AC generator, the speed of rotation of the coil is doubled, both frequency of the alternating current and the rate of cutting of magnetic field line of force will also be doubled. So now if we are increasing the rotation of the coil, if we are increasing the armature coil rotation fast as we are rotating it, then the magnitude of the current is also going to be increased. Voltage is going to be doubled for us if we are increasing the rotation of the armature coil. And in working we will be having it, initially when we are talking about, the coil will be rotating it in a clockwise direction, then the current in the direction will be produced, the one arm will be up and other will be down, as we have discussed about the rotational inertia. Because of rotational inertia, the armature coil will be getting rotated. After half rotation, the side of the coil interchange their position, the arms will come on the right hand side and start moving up, and then soon it will be coming to the left and starts moving down. This is how the rotation, the direction of induced current in each side of the coil will reversed after half of the rotation. And in our country, the frequency of alternating current at power station is given by a unit as 50 hertz, means in power station per second it will be having 50 cycles. 50 cycles will be there, so for that reason it will be having 50 hertz. Since one revolution of a coil current changes its polarity 2 times, this means the alternating current produces in our country changes its polarity for 100 times in 1 second. In 100 times in 1 second, the current will be having positive negative, mean forward backward they will be moving it and producing the current in India. So the frequency for us is 50 hertz, 50 hertz, and the voltage is 220 volt for us. Then types of electric generators, we have two types of electric generators. Electric generators types on which the generating equipment employed energy produced is either direct current or alternating current. So we have AC generators and we have DC generators. In AC generators, alternating current will be produced and DC generators will be producing the direct current. So AC generators are classified as single phase or polyphase. A single phase generator is usually limited to 25 kilohertz or less, an AC generator at a specific utilization of voltage. Polyphase generation produce two or more alternating voltages. DC generators are classified either as shunt, series or a compound wound. Most DC are compound wound type. Shunt generators are usually used in battery chargers and at exciters of AC generators. Series generators are sometimes used for street lights. The EMF induced in DC generator coil is alternating. The rectification is needed to direct the flow of current in one direction. The generator's rotating commutator provide this rectifying action. Means in DC generator, instead of having a slip ring, we will be having split rings. Means one coil is going to split into two halves and the current so produced will be a unidirectional current. But in AC generators, it will be an alternating current. It will be moving forward and backward direction. Then uses of electric generators for us, we will be using these electric generators are being used, it will be using it in hybrid electric vehicles, drive system, automotive starter generators, aircraft, power generation, wind generation, high speed gas turbine generators. We have an AC generator or alternator is used to produce AC voltage for transmission via the grid system or local as portable generators. So once we have been invented the electric induced EMF, there was a revolution in the scientific world for an electrical device. Like based upon it, we have electric generator and transformers. Now today, even when there is no electricity for us, we will be able to use the electric generators. We can able to use it very easily. So now after this, there is a question for you at the end. you have to find out the distinctions between alternating current and direct current, which I have discussed earlier. Even I have discussed you with the help of DC generator and electric motor. What is the difference between AC generator and DC motor, electric motor? So in DC generator we will be producing the current. In electric motor, in DC generator, electric current, mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy, and in electric motor, electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy. As well as in DC generator we have split rings, even in electric motor we will be having the split rings will be there. So this is how we can able to have difference, which will be converted. DC motor used for split rings, commutator to connect the armature coil. The direction of the current can be found with the help of Fleming's left hand rule for electric motor, and for DC motor we will be using Fleming's right hand rule. So these all are the difference between the DC generator and electric generator. Thank you for today. Tomorrow again we will be meeting with the last part of your lesson, that is about domestic wiring. So stay home, stay safe, and try to submit your assignments within 2 days after the submission. These questions you are going to submit it with the Wednesday assignment, which I will be giving it to you. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.